Hello, and welcome to Stasis Pod, the Transformers animated podcast. I'm Rob.
I'm Jen.
I'm Alex.
And I'm David.
And today, we are experiencing a total meltdown. It is the fifth episode of Transformers Animated, first aired January 19th, 2008, strangely enough in Canada before it ran in the States.
Oh, those jerks. Sorry, you're a jerk for that.
It's true, we are a nation.
You're kidding. Notoriously. Canada,
yes.
Known for its jerks.
Yes. They're so rude with all their politeness.
That's right.
Hiding
our milk in bags.
Putting gravy on fries.
That's delicious. You people are crazy. But we'll be talking about condiments later, trust me.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh man.
And this was written by Rich Fogel. This is his first episode of Transformers. He went on to write a bunch more animated episodes. And he also is written for a ton of superhero shows, which makes sense because this is basically a Batman villain origin episode.
Oh, this is so a Batman episode.
It's the first one that's just all out on being about human supervillains.
Yes.
You know, we had the Angry Archer before, but it wasn't his episode. This is a human villains episode.
Well, mostly human, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. To the extent that Peter Stormare can be considered a human.
Yes.
Such a great voice.
Transformers, holding me to the eye. Transformers, robots in disguise. Autobots wage the battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons. Transformers, all when they agree. Transformers, justice goes again.
So we open with 4 of our 5 Autobot cast deciding to research human culture by watching television via their one-button remote.
Well, I mean, they probably had to make that from scratch.
This is true. It's probably like the size of a surfboard.
Yeah, so, I mean, and who do you think even made it? Like, Ratchet's the closest they have. I mean, we know that Bulkhead is good with, like, space bridges and stuff. That doesn't mean he's gonna engineer, like... So what I'm saying is, you're expecting a lot to have a bespoke remote control size or transformer with more than just one button.
I mean,
there are remotes at this point, like for the Apple TV, that are just... I think they have 1 or 2 physical buttons, but are largely just like a trackpad.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I do have an Apple TV, and it's got 2 buttons and then like a directional pad thing.
It's in the future.
Yes.
Although that touchpad wouldn't work because they're robots with metal fingers instead of like as conductive as flesh fingers.
Maybe there's some sort of electronic feedback going on in their hands. Because we do see them using like touchscreen type stuff. Not necessarily in this show, but I'm pretty sure in like Prime they're using touchscreens.
Yeah, so I would say that by Prime they're definitely a lot more organic-ish than they are at this point, but sure.
So yeah, they're, I guess since they're getting cable, I guess at some point a cable guy had to come in and put this in?
What? No, they just stole it. Come on.
Come on, they're superheroes.
Yeah, they don't know the customs.
Well,
And
we were talking
fact,
about this before we started recording. It could just be digital TV channels.
This is true. This is true.
Yeah, they're just getting all those, like, extra TV channels that show, like, Svengoolie on Saturday night.
Yeah.
And bad old movies, Johnny Sacco, and just flying robot.
Yeah. Or, of course, they could have had a cable installer, much as Peter Stormare played a cable installer in a porn movie within a movie in The Big Lebowski. He was Carl Hungus.
Yeah.
Well, you can guess what happens next. He fixes the cable. Don't be fatuous, Jeffrey. So yeah, they see some cars being refueled. They see some cars smacking into each other.
Oh, I love the visual sight gag of Bulkhead transforming his rear of his car shoulder pad thingies into a recliner.
Yes. Sadly, the toy does not do that.
No, the leader does.
It kind of does.
It's not exactly, but it's sort of chair-like.
The big one can come close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also like him just sticking a straw into an oil barrel.
Yes, like it's a Capri Sun.
And honestly, whatever is in that barrel probably more nutritious than whatever's in Capri Sun.
That's true. I
think they also drill that out of the desert. Anyway, they find those both varying degrees of disturbing and decide to watch some good old-fashioned American wrestling.
Uh-oh.
Is hosted by a Swede? ?
It's hosted by a Peter Stormare.
Yes, and we can get into this. Peter Stormare is kind of the first celebrity guest star in Transformers history.
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, not counting Transformers the movie.
Yeah,
not counting the movie, because...
I guess at that point, by the mid-80s, you wouldn't really consider Scatman Crothers or Casey Kasem as voice actors to be special guest stars.
Yeah.
And
No, because they were regulars, too.
he was a character actor at this point.
Yes.
And also doing commercials.
Yes. Basically, I generally determine whether somebody is famous or not as to whether my mother knows who that is.
That's
not a bad metric.
No, I don't know if she'd necessarily know his name, but I'd say, the Swedish guy from Fargo. Oh, it's that guy.
Yeah.
He's not a celebrity guest star, he's a hey, it's that guy guest star.
Yes. If you've seen some sort of wacky / sinister Eastern European in a movie in the past 20 years, there's a good chance it was Peter Stormare.
It's like when we get a little later on when there's Fred Willard, and
yes,
that's very much hey. It's
I'm
that guy.
looking forward to that.
Though I totally overheard a couple older guys in my coffee shop the other day talking about Fred Willard and the show he used to do.
Is it Fernwood Tonight?
Yes. Yes. Talking about that. I fought the urge to pipe in and say that he did a guest thing on a Transformers episode.
Sadly, no sign of his Transformer or of his Fernwood Tonight guest co-host Martin Mull on Transformers yet.
Aww.
Oh, he'd be great.
And he does do cartoons.
Yeah, he did the best cartoon of the early 90s, Mighty Max.
Wait, was he on that?
Wasn't that him?
No, that was Richard Mull.
Richard Mull, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Martin Mull.
I was confused. I still stand by Mighty Max being the best cartoon of the early 90s.
I concur. But yeah, Stormare if you know him from anything, he was in Fargo, where he shoves Steve Buscemi into a wood chipper.
Yeah,
He's the chief nihilist / porn star in The Big Lebowski. He gets eaten by a ton of tiny dinosaurs in The Lost World.
He was in a Volkswagen advertising campaign contemporary to when this came out, where they were making fun of the whole Pimp Your Ride style shows by having people's cars come in, and instead of upgrading them, just destroying them and giving the person a Volkswagen instead. And the catchphrase for it was "Unpimp the Auto," which I'm hoping in his next appearance that he does use "Unpimp the Autobot."
I don't know if we're quite at the stage where we can use the word pimp in a Transformers show.
Not yet. We're getting there.
I mean, these were ads that were running on cable TV. I think these ads may have run during commercial breaks for this show.
This is possible. And he's also been in 2 Michael Bay movies, but none of the live-action Transformers movies. But I'm sure it's only a matter of time.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully.
And he's also in John Wick Part 2 in theaters now.
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
Still? I'm not so sure about that.
Like second-run theaters. Those are probably still a thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, Prometheus Black is kind of dressed like a disco pimp.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Also, Prometheus Black is just a really great name.
Yes.
It is.
Prometheus.
Which makes it so confusing later when he decides to change.
Yes.
Should've just kept that.
Yeah.
He doesn't need a supervillain name. That is the supervillain name.
Yeah. You already have a supervillain name, dude.
And he has my favorite supervillain accoutrement, the cape coat.
Yes.
Wearing a coat like a cape.
Those are great. I used to like to do that, in high school.
So yeah, he is hosting what is apparently a shoot wrestling match, between, so he is like a tycoon who, sort of the opposite of, Isaac Sumdac. He deals in biological enhancements.
Yes, so he basically takes people and does things with them.
Makes them into different people.
Yes, makes them into bigger, better, improved people.
Stronger,
Makes them into
faster,
Ben 10
more
monsters.
alive.
Yeah, basically Ben 10 monsters.
Yeah.
And so yeah, to demonstrate how good his bio-enhanced people are, he's gonna pit one of them against a robot.
In a fight
Autobots wonder.
to the finish.
Yes.
In what was clearly an editing from standards and practices.
Uh-huh.
To the finish. No death. No, that's okay, no death.
And unsurprisingly, his opponent, the robotic opponent, is Bumblebee.
Dun dun dun.
Oh,
It seems strange that he wouldn't have bragged to the other Autobots about this.
It's possible, but then he is probably smart enough to know they wouldn't have let him do it.
Also,
Optimus would have said no.
Yeah. Also, sorry Sumdac being in his corner for the match seems like it would have made this a much bigger deal than it's presented as.
Yeah, I can see that. Cause, she is A, child, and B, the child of someone fairly important.
And
the daughter of the richest guy in town. The competition.
Daughter of this guy's main rival, yeah.
Yes. And also a bit of Detroit in the background here. You can see a sign in the Autobots base that does say Olympia Stadium and Warren Avenue. Warren Avenue is one of the main thoroughfares in Detroit, and Olympia Stadium is the former home of the Detroit Red Wings.
Ha!
Which was, I believe, demolished in like 1980.
Aw.
Huh. How does getting into a professional wrestling match rate on the Cheetor did something stupid scale here of Bumblebee? Well, now I guess it's the little yellow guy does something stupid scale.
I mean, it's pro wrestling, so it's supposed to be fake.
Supposed to be?
Got our wrestling aficionados here to talk about.
Yeah. I mean, also this guy is clearly Bane by way of Ben 10.
Yes.
Yeah,
So he's got these pumps on his back that, start pumping when he does his thing, and then he goes from being this little scrawny guy to being a great big scary Bane guy. Those pumps would require him to have had his ribs removed.
Parts of his ribs, yeah.
Just like Cher.
Well, yeah, there you go. Except differently, because this is more the center of his torso and not so much at the bottom.
Yeah, and the upper back, it'd be pushing his lungs down. And he starts from this little tiny, almost Yoda-sized, withered old man.
And
who looks more like an alien than
I think we should also note here that his name is Cyrus the Colossus Rhodes, which is a simultaneous reference to the Colossus of Rhodes, one of the 7 ancient wonders of the world, and possibly also to pro wrestler Dusty Rhodes.
Almost certainly.
With Destiny, baby. Destiny.
I mean, he's going to bring hard times to Bumblebee, Daddy.
Oh.
Sadly, he doesn't talk like that. He sort of has a generic big dude voice when he's bigger.
Well, he's got a little scrawny dude voice, and then he's got a big dude voice, and he's Corey Burton. Again.
Yes.
Sadly, this is Dark Knight Rises, so he's not doing the Bane voice.
Aww.
Oh,
that
Bane
would be
voice
so
would be
good.
great. But with his, like, mustache in big mode, it's almost not quite Hulk Hogan-y.
I do like that his mustache stays the same size when he gets bigger.
Yeah.
So he's like a tiny guy with this droopy Fu Manchu mustache, and then he gets big and it's kind of a Hulk Hogan horseshoe mustache.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, he becomes huge, and he also develops he's sort of greenish to start out with.
Yeah.
And he gets like
He's
mottled.
Ben 10 alien color.
Is that supposed to be a reference to like the acne that steroids give you?
Maybe.
Because later on that's glowing, so I'm not sure what's going on with this guy.
Mhm.
Like, in 5 years, his body will be like 95% tumors.
Yeah. Yeah.
No doubt. Still giving him a longer average career than most professional wrestlers.
This is true.
I do appreciate that we get to see Bumblebee learning what it is to be a heel. Because
Yes.
he is the heel, and he apparently did not realize that. Poor guy.
This is a very anti-machine crowd, weirdly.
Yes. Man, now I want to, see like 5 years down the road, this guy's working in a deli like Mickey Rourke in The Wrestler. Yeah, Bumblebee is getting a ton of heat from the crowd here.
sad. He didn't sign up for this.
Yeah, he's getting a ton of heat from the crowd, and he's getting a ton of beat from Colossus Rhodes, cause he's beating him up.
Yep, this is a very one-sided fight.
Yes. And, meanwhile, Captain Fanzone is in the luxury box.
Yeah.
And he's having
Making
some of his...
poor choices.
Alright, so they're, refreshments here. He's having a hot dog, and he is approached by a condiment bot. And there are 3 buttons on this condiment bot. There's red, there's yellow, and there's white. There's a hot dog, so it's probably ketchup, which, questionable condiment for a hot dog, but we'll allow it. You got mustard, the thing you put on hot dogs. And the white button, is that mayonnaise? Who on earth puts mayonnaise on a hot dog?
We don't actually see any of it dispensed.
No.
But when the mustard comes out, he's upset. So clearly, he did not want the mustard. He was touching the white button. So basically, no, you don't put, I put mayonnaise on everything. I have been known to eat straight mayonnaise off my finger, but I would not put mayonnaise on a hot dog. It's not right.
Know what I would put on a hot dog, though?
What?
Thousand Island dressing.
Mm.
And that's basically ketchup plus mayo.
Well, I don't know about that. I was thinking like 2 possibilities. Maybe it's like horsey sauce that like
Oh yeah, it could also be horseradish.
RBC, something like that, or chopped onions.
Other possibility, possibly sauerkraut.
Yeah. There are options of white things that are not completely disgusting to put on a hot dog.
Although they wouldn't be dispensed from that kind of a condiment bot, would they?
It seemed to be a
Probably
primarily
but
cream-based,
liquid,
not
so.
designed for chunks.
Yeah, is there a separate robot for like pickles and relish and stuff, or is it like turn
Yeah,
around?
I want relish on the hot dog.
Maybe.
Should have been a green
Yeah.
button.
But there wasn't, which suggests that this is mayonnaise. He is trying to put mayonnaise on his hot dog, and the condiment bot saves him from this mistake by putting mustard on it.
Oh man, it's got like those Asimov rules, except like the 4th rule is not to put mayonnaise on a hot dog.
Yes. No,
And thus we have
that's part, that
incident number 3 of...
that falls under the one about not letting humans hurt themselves.
He must not, through his own inaction, allow a human to consume mayonnaise on a hot dog.
Yeah.
That'd be like rule number 5, I think. I don't know. Anyway, this brings us to This Is Why I Hate Machines number 3
That's right.
of the series.
And this is also some serious municipal corruption going on here, because this is all part of an elaborate scheme for Black to start bioenhancing Detroit's police officers, instead of them just using robots.
Yeah, the legality is, it's border, like, he presumably received a free ticket to the show, so technically that's illegal.
He's also getting this hot dog, he got a neck massage.
He gets a private box seat.
Yes.
Yeah, this is some questionable dealing going on here. Also, obviously, he has been watching too much RoboCop.
Well, we'll get to some RoboCop references later in the show.
There's also some rather questionable booking going on because it appears their main event is ending on a countout.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not going so well for Bumblebee does finally manage to zap him with his stingers, but that only makes him get bigger, and then he throws Bumblebee not only out of the ring, but out of the arena. Through the wall.
Into the parking lot.
Yes.
Oops.
And then, because he is consumed with roid rage, he jumps out after him.
Well, Sonic Roid Rage.
Oh yeah, so it's a double countout. The most bullshit of finishes.
Well, are we sure? We don't know what kind of match it was supposed to be at the beginning. Maybe it's just become a street
I mean,
fight.
with his last name, it should have been, a dusty finish where the referee...
That is a dusty well, no.
Oh shit, it is!
Oh, there's no referee though.
And technically the dusty finish is one where the face gets the win and then it's reversed after the fact.
Right, due to I think
On
it's
a
the referee
technicality.
being knocked out.
Yeah, where they'll have like a second referee come out and then when the first referee comes to, they call for a disqualification instead or just some excuse to have the crowd go super happy about the thing they wanted to see happening and then take backsies on it later.
So yeah, he
Good old
is...
Dusty.
So yeah, Rhodes is smacking Bumblebee all over this parking lot, but then, by God, King, that's the Autobots music! They have come to his rescue, and at one point they set off a car alarm, which makes Colossus Rhodes' back knee start flashing.
Weird. Scary.
This is
And
foreshadowing that he's not only Bane, he's also Venom.
Oh yeah. Oh jeez, he is. And so finally Prowl manages to hit his obvious weak spot and throws his ninja stars into those steroid pin things on his back, which reverts him back to a tiny guy.
Because that's how steroids work.
No, I forget, did we touch on, because it just occurred to me here it's sunk in for some reason here. So I assume that was an intentional decision that none of the Autobots actually have, like, guns.
Yes, because they're all like non-combat guys.
Yeah.
I think that's part of the theory behind the distinction between Autobots and Decepticons. Decepticons are armed, Autobots are just kind of equipped with construction equipment type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sort of, this show is very heavily influenced by the original cartoon.
Yeah.
And as revealed in 5 Faces of Darkness, the Autobots were originally, servant robots, and the Decepticons were all military robots.
And that's why the cartoon was dumb.
It has its charms.
Back in the early days of the fandom, that was the primary divide, was between cartoon people and comic book people.
It was the Joel v. Mike of its day.
Yes. Yeah. So I was definitely, and that was usually the determining factor, was whether you thought it was more stupid for them to have been created as consumer products by these weird alien dudes or a god.
Yes.
What? Naturally occurring pulleys and gears wasn't an option?
Nobody really took that seriously, but I would love to have seen someone argue for it.
It took a while for people to sort of rediscover the Budiansky run. Is I think for a lot of people, the primary thing they associated with it was the late Budiansky run, which was nonstop toy shilling and also actually Transformer wrestling.
The long history.
Was it twice?
I think the other thing too is that there was a lot of that early stuff that was just sort of dismissed and, it's like, yep, those were the early formative days of it, so of course they, didn't have all that stuff sorted out yet, so they just sort of, we had read it, but that was sort of overlooked and pushed aside in favor of the more epic Primus versus Unicron stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas now we are more, it's like It's like, what was it? It was BotCon 96, I think, when I brought a videotape of the English dub of a Headmasters episode and few Victory episodes. And we were a bunch of my friends and I, actually most of the convention, because there were not actually any post-dealer room activities planned because Dennis Barger. And, so someone found a TV on one of those carts like you have in school. And, some of us who brought random VHS tapes brought those down. So I showed that and that was just like rapt fascination because this is like stuff that no one had ever seen. And then a few years later, I brought that exact same tape to a group of, more, the later fans, the coming in after Beast Wars sort of fans, and they thought it was so hilarious that to this day, there are abundant memes based on the Headmasters episode that was on that tape. So there was a big, as I guess the fandom grew, and I think a lot of it, I want to say it actually kind of got a little younger because a lot of the early, like, in BotCon 95 I was 16 and I was one of the youngest people around. Cause it was a lot of like college age people who had been like teenagers in G1. But yeah, people just stopped taking everything as deadly seriously. And so then they went back and they saw the naturally occurring pulleys and gears, and instead of dismissing that as, early developmental stuff, they were like, that's hilarious. So it's a lot of just the attitude of the fandom.
So yeah, the Autobots victorious. Rhodes gets hauled away, and Prometheus Black's contracts, I guess he has some with the Detroit police, are now canceled because this is terrifying.
Wah, wah.
And also,
Fanzone hates this more than machines.
That's right. Oh, and also Bumblebee is short.
Yeah.
Bulkhead has decided that is the funniest thing ever, is making Bumblebee mad by making fun of how short he is.
I mean, even Prowl's getting in on it.
Yeah, he and Prowl are kind of Statler and Waldorfing it for this episode.
Also get the first appearance of Porter C. Powell.
That's right. So we are back in Prometheus Black's lab. He's taken a chunk of Bumblebee that I guess was knocked off, and he is testing it to create an acid that can destroy even Transformer armor. But he hears from his financier, Porter C. Powell, who has an amazing pompadour, and is voiced by Bumblebee actor Bumper Robinson with a spot-on Detroit accent.
He's very Don King, basically.
He's got he was based on somebody from, I think, an episode of Match Game. He's wearing that exact suit.
And the character design was so good that they just pestered Marty Eisenberg to bring him back and give him more.
Oh, so this wasn't a thing where they were setting him up for later. They just kind of needed a guy here, and they liked the design so much they kept using him. I was unaware of that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. But Powell contacts him via video telephone and says, that wrestling match was a huge disaster. Myself and all of the investors are cutting you off, and you can't even get test subjects from the prisons. Which I guess means Colossus Rhodes is an ex-con?
Or still a con.
Well, possibly still a con.
That's also, I just want to go out here and say, as a politically-minded person, experimenting on inmates is not cool.
Yeah,
no.
That's dark.
That is a little messed up.
Yeah,
That's literally
as casually
Luke
as
Cage.
his shop, it's dark. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Jeez, maybe he's got that guy from The Wire working for him, like on Luke Cage.
Maybe.
So yeah, he has a little hissy fit. He knocks over a bunch of beakers, and he doesn't really seem to notice this, even as his lab is filling with crazy purple fumes.
So you know what that means? He's going to get superpowers.
It's almost exactly how Mr. Freeze gets his powers on Batman the Animated Series.
The classic way of getting superpowers is a
Yeah.
lab experiment.
Yes.
I mean, it's going to either give him super speed or spider powers.
well,
So that's,
instead he just starts getting green and goopy.
I do like that the first supervillain origin that we get in Transformers Animated is the lab, the lab accident.
Yes.
It is ideal.
It's also really icky. Like, his hands start melting in his arms, and then, like, from his eyes, this green goop just is pouring out.
He's just weeping acid from his tear ducts, meaning that if this was live action, he would have to be played by Mads Mikkelsen.
Yes.
Because if you need a guy with messed up tear ducts, Mads Mikkelsen is your man.
Yes.
Yep.
He's weeping blood in Casino Royale. He's got like purple goop around his eyes in Doctor Strange, and then in that new video game that he's going to be in with that Walking Dead guy, he's got like black goop coming out of his eyes.
I love that he and Hideo Kojima are just like besties. So anyway, now Prometheus Black is emitting this weird acidic goo, or ASCOO for short.
I approve. It's green. It's green.
Please contact a doctor or so much kaboom cereal. And yeah, he's just melting stuff with his touch now.
With his power, yeah?
Yes.
He's got the touch.
Well, he's melting, like, he can melt through pretty much any metal except his disco suit is okay, sort of.
Well, maybe
Well, you
it was
know
so
that's
much
made of some
polyester.
like horrifying polyester.
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably
You
right.
could take a flamethrower to that thing. So yeah, he swears vengeance on Sumdac. And
Honestly,
speaking of Sumdac,
But before this scene where he was like getting his contracts canceled and all that and was being angry about machines in general, it's like, so he's going to go make himself a sexy foil costume and become Circuit Breaker. Alas. I mean, this is okay too.
I mean, clearly, I guess if anybody hated machines enough to become Circuit Breaker, it would have been a fan zone. And you're welcome for that mental image.
Oh. That's a good thing I can't draw.
I assume he'd actually look more like Dino from The Running Man.
That's a good point.
Probably
He would
without
probably-
the opera singing skills.
Would probably wear clothes.
Let's hope. So yeah, Professor Sumdac is, he's meeting with, Captain Fanzone and also the mayor and his ever-present, assistant. And they're
And
demonstrating,
he's just got a straight up ED-209 from RoboCop. Great.
please put down your weapon. You have 20 seconds to comply.
It's not quite the ED-209, like, maybe it's an ED-208, but
Yes.
like,
It's
it's
close
heavily
enough.
inspired by. It's got more of a round body
It's
and
close enough
chubby
for
little
plausible deniability, but
Yes.
it's clearly like a sight gag.
arms. Yeah.
I'm still kind of bummed that Kurtwood Smith never showed up on this show.
Aw.
Although again, speaking of things you can't say on a children's television show, Bitches Leave is one of them.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, they, apparently there was a problem with these previously that, there was an unfortunate incident with the captain's wife. I'm sure it was innocuous, but
Fanzone has a wife?
yeah.
I completely forgot.
I'm sure it
that.
was innocuous, but I'm just flashing back to that scene in RoboCop where they're demonstrating the ED-209. I am authorized to use physical force. But no, I'm sure that, Mrs. Fanzone was not, pulped by one of these robots.
Yeah, I don't think then that this is why I hate machines would be like his clever catchphrase. It would be like the purpose of his vengeance.
So yeah, this also doesn't work too well because it just blows up.
Oops.
But luckily Sari is just hanging around, and she is on the case, because there's just a chunk of this drone covered in green goop.
Yeah.
Which raises further questions.
Yes.
telling all y'all it's sabotage.
You say sabotage. I say sabotage.
Like, okay, so this means Meltdown, or Prometheus Black got in there, put some goop on a part of the machine, not to completely destroy it, just to slightly sabotage it, but to do that he had to break into Sumdac's laboratories, and presumably this is in a secure location where they're having a weapon testing. So, what?
Maybe
And that's all he does? He just goops up a little machine?
like, well, see, he does, obviously if it's just like gone, then they're gonna know something's up.
Yeah, and if it's obviously super messed up, then yeah, they're also going to know something's up.
Yeah.
So you had to do it just enough.
I mean, maybe
But
he can
that
like,
completely goes against what he does next.
well, yes. Maybe he can like flow under doors like Clayface?
Ooh, probably.
He doesn't do that. Well, maybe before he gets his suit thingy, which seems impervious.
Well, maybe he
could.
slips out of it. Like Alex Mack.
Oh, that's a deep cut.
I just saw her on Mad Men. Still kinda has that haircut. So yeah, she takes this chunk to Ratchet. He says, it is sabotage. And this is crazy acid, unlike anything he's ever seen.
It even affects Autobot alloy.
Yes. So he's gonna need a couple hours to test it, but Bumblebee wants results now, meaning that even his attention span is short.
But
and it's always short. It's not like they're more clever wordplay.
they got.
there's
Nothing about him being diminutive.
Do you think Bumblebee knows what diminutive?
Well, no, but Ratchet and Prowl
but
probably
the,
do.
the point of the joke is not to make the joke, it's to make Bumblebee mad about them making the joke.
I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, they figure, something bad is about to go down at Sumdac HQ. And indeed it is, because Prometheus Black, now outfitted in like a supervillain disco suit, complete with like a plunging neckline, a big Doctor Strange disco collar, and platform shoes.
Yes.
And giant metal arms, but he still has the same glasses on.
Yes! He's got like monster eyes now.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a robotic Janine Melnitz at the door that he just melts.
That's what I would have if I were designing robots and needed a receptionist.
Sumdac Systems, what do you want?
Yes.
Also, I want to call attention to Sorry referring to the Autobots collectively as motorheads.
I mean, if you want to gamble, I tell you they're your man.
I so wanted the music over the Star Transformation sequence to be that instead of the theme song.
In fact, there is a Micromaster named Motorhead.
That's true.
Sadly, he does not have like a tiny little Lemmy mustache.
Yet.
That needs to be like, well, hey, I mean, obviously Hasbro is just going year to year on their new toys, so I'm sure we'll have Micromasters in a year or two.
Oh yeah, that's true. So yeah, Sari calls Isaac, says that there's a problem, you've been sabotaged. He wonders, who would want to sabotage me? Everybody loves me. And then Meltdown just melts through his door. Because he is now calling himself Meltdown.
Yes, because he knows how this works.
I mean, Detroit does already have supervillains, so yeah, having a supervillain name is like a thing.
Yeah.
Meltdown is less cool than Prometheus Black.
This is true.
Yeah.
As a name, yeah.
He's like, well, I guess I need a supervillain name.
I mean, I guess his powers aren't really Prometheus related.
I mean, they're
Primordial ooze?
Like he doesn't have like fire powers or the power to regrow his liver after it's been eaten by an eagle.
well, he's creating forbidden technologies, I guess.
That's true. And I think we later find out that his company is called Biotech Unbound.
Oh.
God damn it.
Oh.
And of course, Prometheus, also the name of a Batman villain.
Prometheus Unbound, also the name of Beast Machine's episode.
Oh, you're right.
As you will recall.
Yes, we've made the Prometheus joke before.
So alone. So alone.
I mean, is he a Batman villain? He's more of a Justice League villain who is just beaten by Batman.
Yeah, and I guess he's kind of got like the parallel Batman origin, where he was his criminal parents were killed by a police officer in an alley.
Oh, right.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, he wears like purple and he can like download people's skills into his brain. He's kind of like Taskmaster, except he doesn't dress like a skeleton pirate and is therefore inferior.
Aw.
Is it wrong that I really like the Udon Comics redesign of Taskmaster?
I mean, I like anything that involves him wearing a nonsensical skull mask.
Yeah.
That's kind of the whole point of him.
And that George Perez initial design is a little busy.
It's the color layout of the chest.
It's just got one color too many, and that color is orange.
Yeah. Yeah.
But orange.
It looks like a Howard Johnson's. Anyway, so they get to Sumdac Tower, and then they bonk right into a force field.
Oops.
Which seems like kind of a bad strategy, which they point out. Because the police can't get in there either.
Yep, they're just sort of stuck in there with whatever the problem is.
Also,
So,
what happens if you're like halfway between? Do you get split in half like that cow on Under the Dome?
Oh man, that's gross.
Ooh.
Ew.
The deep cuts Under the Dome. That was a show we watched.
Yeah, like 2 or 3 of them.
So Ratchet does manage to, use his magnets to open a hole in this force field. But
Fucking magnets, how do they work?
they work by opening holes in things, ? But unfortunately, Colossus Rhodes has been busted out of stir, and he is here to run interference.
Yep.
So Sari and Bumblebee get through, but then Colossus Rhodes wedges Bulkhead's gigantic ass in that hole.
That is, just so weird.
I like how embarrassed he is.
Yes, he's so embarrassed.
Yeah.
Guy. Bulkhead is so huggable.
And Rhodes's steroid venom pillars have been reinforced so that you can't just hit them with your ninja stars anymore. So they've actually got to fight him. So while Sari tries to use her key to deactivate the force field, Bumblebee has to race up the elevator shaft using his wheels, which is a cool little bit.
Or possibly accidentally give the force field life.
Yes, it's not quite what.
You gotta be careful.
And apparently Sumdac and Meltdown are on like a first name basis, because Sumdac just calls him Prometheus.
Yeah.
Like, did they go to mad science school together?
Maybe. I mean, he talks about like being more educated than Sumdac, so I mean, he sounds like he knows him. He sounds like this is a ongoing grudge.
Yeah. He is
Seems
smarter,
like they'd run in the
better
same
looking.
professional circles.
Yes, he is smarter, better looking, and more educated.
Yeah.
I mean, I can kind of see the better looking beforehand, assuming that he just kind of looks like Peter Stormare.
Well, his head was sort of football shaped before, which...
Everybody's kind of got weird shaped heads on this show.
Yeah. I mean, let's be honest, Isaac Sumdac is not a looker.
No.
No. He's sort of like a pumpkin balanced on top of an avocado.
Aww.
But currently, Meltdown is like a weird melty skull guy.
Yeah.
Like, if this weren't animation, he'd look super gross. Like, I don't know, the Toxic Avenger or something.
Aw,
His
man.
proportions do kind of make his head look like a thumb.
Yes.
And unfortunately, he makes the mistake of spending way too long monologuing.
Yeah. Oh, you
Yeah.
got me monologuing.
Oops.
Yeah. Gets in there, grabs Isaac, and then drives down the stairs. Which, this is a tall building, and I think Sumdac's in like top floor.
Yeah, that's gotta be a while.
It's a long, well, as we can see, by the time they get down there, Sumdac is extremely dizzy, which was
Yeah.
cool.
Aw.
And then Meltdown just melts through the floor, which is cool.
Yes.
Wasn't there a movie called like Underworld or something like that where somebody does the same thing but with bullets?
Yes,
Yeah.
that was, saw that in the movie theater.
Yeah, that was the first Underworld movie, which, like, it physically impossible, like, she only has 2 handguns, she never reloads. I don't think she ever reloads into the entire movie, but just shooting through the floor, so many bullets, you could use the bullets to weight down the floor. You would need to shoot through the floor and just crack a hole through the floor.
In my defense, I didn't pay to see it in the theater. It was first year university and our residents had the least damage. Our floor on the residence had the least damage, so we got to go to the movies for free. But the only thing playing was Underworld.
It's not an entirely horrible movie. Stupid fun. Stupid fun movies can be
I
fine.
can't understand how there are like 10 sequels to that movie that made it to theaters.
I can't either. I don't know. Maybe they were better written. The guy who wrote it writes comic books too.
Yeah, that's and he's also a character actor, Kevin Grivieux.
Yeah,
He's a black man with a super deep Darth Vader voice.
yeah.
Ooh.
You've definitely seen him playing henchmen in something. So yeah, finally shuts down this force field. But of course they're still dealing with Colossus Rhodes. But Bulkhead does manage to get in there and grabs, Meltdown, who then just starts melting his hand, which looks horrifying.
And sounds horrifying.
Yeah.
Gulfaggerbracky's line of just screaming in agony is way too real.
Yeah, did they just have like David K. stomp on his foot or something?
Aww.
And it's especially upsetting coming from him because he usually plays sort of innocent, hapless characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
He does.
I'm trying to think of a character he's played that isn't sort of innocent and hapless.
Yeah, even that guy from the
Toeline
stand,
from-
really.
Yeah.
Say Toeline from, Robots in Disguise. He could
What?
be a tough guy.
Well, that's not Bill Fagerback.
Oh,
is
that's right. He was some guy who is doing a Bill Faberback voice, isn't
it?
he?
Yes.
Cheap knockoff voice actors.
I mean, he's not the guy you call when you want, a sinister mastermind.
No, he's really not.
Although he
looking
did play
through his-
Hydro Man on Spectacular Spider-Man.
Oh. And Hydro Man is really creepy.
Well, he's only creepy on that one cartoon where he's like a setting stalker.
He's only creepy in that one cartoon where he's creepy.
Well, and also he's being played by, what's his name? Rob Paulson being super creepy.
Ooh, I like Rob Paulson.
It's Rob Paulson at his stalkeriest. But like in the comics, he's just kind of a guy in a black t-shirt who robs banks and is made.
I mean,
Anyway, so
I feel like this can be summed up with best known for roles on Bill Fagerbracky's IMDb page. Hunchback of Notre Dame, Oafish Guard.
Yeah.
yeah, I think every role he's ever played, and possibly him in real life, can be best summed up as oafish.
Aw.
I'm sure he's very nice.
Yeah. Sure.
Anyway, so they're still fighting Colossus Rhodes outside. He ends up chucking Optimus Prime into a church bell, and once again that bell makes his back knee glow. And so when Prowl figures out, oh hey, this guy's Venom,
Yeah. Now you
and I can
know.
defeat him exactly the way that Spider-Man defeats Venom in Amazing Spider-Man 300.
Oh.
And pretty much every Venom, or Spider-Man feats
Well, yeah,
Venom.
but it was specifically a church bell, though.
Yeah. And in the 90s animated adaptation and in Spider-Man 3.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'd blocked most of Spider-Man 3 out.
I remember rebars and he was smacking him. I don't remember a bell.
I'm pretty sure there's also a church bell.
Yeah,
Right.
but
Alright, when he gets it off at the beginning.
Yeah, because Topher Grace is downstairs, like, praying for God to kill Peter Parker.
Wow. Wow.
That's a weird movie.
And so, yeah, Prime keeps hitting this bell once Prowl figures out what's going on. And they finally eventually bring the bell down on top of him and ring it, which I think that might literally kill a normal person.
Yeah, you would think.
It would possibly at least bless their eardrums.
That would make your bones into jello.
Cranial trauma,
Yeah.
maybe?
It would not be good.
So yeah, he's deaf now. And, Bumblebee saves Bulkhead Secret Service style by diving in front of an acid blast.
Which, at very short range, Prometheus Black is still, like, in Bulkhead's arm, so Bumblebee had to jump basically where Bulkhead's elbow is to
Well,
take
he's very
the hit.
fast.
Yeah. It's like his thing.
And also
He
tiny.
wants you to know. Yes.
Because I don't know if we've mentioned it, but he's short.
Yeah, I don't know if you've heard. He's short. He's short.
So yeah, Prime runs up, clonks Meltdown with this church bell. But, of course, he burns right through it because it's metal, and you probably destroyed a priceless artifact, Prime, so, good job.
I mean, can you blame him? It worked with the last guy. He just wanted to,
Yeah, the last
doing
guy
what
wasn't
works.
made of acid. I mean, I don't know. It burns through you guys. Are you stronger than, I don't know, brass? Probably not.
Maybe.
But Ratchet does hook himself up to the force field, and then he just Sue Storms Meltdown in a force bubble. So he can't melt energy. So he just gets stuck in there to stew in his own juices.
To get stuck in there until Ratchet has to turn off the magnet. Like, it's not a permanent solution, and how do you transfer him into something else?
I mean,
You kind of skip over that step.
I mean, there are a bunch of supervillains in Detroit, so maybe they have, like, the Vault.
Ooh, maybe.
maybe. Honestly, I was kind of expecting him to just escape. Instead of melting through the bell, just melting through the floor and leaving to try again another day.
Oh yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of figured that's what it was going, since I barely remember this
And then
show.
I think the next time we see him, he's just on the loose, and we never find out, like, that he broke out of jail. He's just not around.
As happens.
Yes. But anyway, so, everybody is more or less happy, except, of course, now Bumblebee has saved the day, and they're gonna have to hear about it forever.
Oh, he's gonna be insufferable.
Oh
Yes.
More so than usual. And so that is the end of Total Meltdown. It is a very superhero-y episode, and I had a lot of fun with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And,
Fun
yes,
stuff.
I also love Peter Stormare.
Oh yeah. Peter Stormare is great. I love it whenever they do a wrestling match in a cartoon. And moves at a good pace. It's fun. It has enough stuff going on that you're never bored.
No. Not too deep, doesn't really connect to the overarching plot, but, I had a good time.
Yeah. Fun RoboCop references, because you can't get into the police force in Detroit without RoboCop references.
Dun, 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 dun.
Frankly, if you were proposing the police in Detroit use drones, you would make them look like Ed 209s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now I just want to watch RoboCop. In fact, I may have to make it a double bill with the movie that next week's episode made me think of.
Oh, what's that?
Well,
Oh,
of course.
well, yes.
Well, obviously it's called Blast from the Past, so I'm thinking of the from the late '90s Brendan Fraser, Christopher Walken epic Blast from the Past.
Oh, okay. All right.
Anybody see that movie?
That was the one where he was in a bomb shelter for like 2-3 decades, right?
Right, and they come out in like the '90s, and I think it's the '50s or something. Like he's aged to manhood in this. I have not seen it.
So it's a really boring adaptation of Fallout?
Well, no, it's like a comedy.
Oh.
It's a rom-com.
Yeah, it's kind of like a wacky Back to the Future-y kind of thing, making a bunch of '50s jokes, possibly the '60s. Okay, somewhere around then. When it would make sense for a guy to hide in a fallout shelter.
Yeah.
But anyway, of course, until next week, you can find us all over the internet. We're on Tumblr, we're on Twitter, and we're on Facebook.
And we are hosted by iaconunderground.net, where we also have our news show, Iacon Underground Radio. We also have a Patreon set up to help support our growing hosting fees and upgrading equipment and the like. That is at patreon.com/iaconunderground.
And of course, you can find us on whatever podcast provider you prefer, whether it be iTunes or Google Play. Wherever you do find us, please rate and review us. We'd really appreciate it. And if you want to let us know how you think about Peter Stormare or anything about Transformers Animated, then drop us a line into the Maxa mailbag at stasispodcast@gmail.com. So until next time, we brave extinction to face blast from the past. I'm Rob.
I'm Jen.
I'm Alex.
And I'm David.
闇の彼方静寂を引き裂き星の眠り呼び起こすのはどいつだほら目の前弱な魂たち逃げ場はないまっすぐに受け止めろ弱火や恐れを処理して僕らは意識組み替えるその手を強く握り互いの絆信じて戦え
Best part of those G.I. Joe movies was Zartan, which I never would have guessed going in.
Arnold Vosloo. I always enjoy Arnold Vosloo. Also in those mummy movies is the titular mummy. And also his name is fun to say. Arnold Vosloo.
Makes me want to curry.
Oh, hey, he's also in that, he's on that Voltron show, which I didn't realize.
Huh.
Oh, I really gotta
You should watch that at some point. People say it's good.
I still really feel like the main problem with G.I. Joe at this point is the protagonists suck and the antagonists are one of the better villain teams out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I forgot that Elektra played Jinx in that movie.
Oh.
From the second season of Daredevil.
I forgot Jinx was in the movie.
From when it started being about ninjas.
Well, it's got the RZA as the Blind Master.
Which was kind of amusing. Somewhere I actually have his action figure.
Oh, apparently Xandar is also in it.
Xandar?
I vaguely
Zartan's
remember
brother.
that
Yeah, I know.
being a thing.
I don't remember any other Dreadnoks in the movie.
He's like the head of he's probably like a guy who's Xandar in name only. He's not like a guy dressed as, you know, a Dayglow Mad Max guy.
But a Dayglow Mad Max guy.
Alright.
He is apparently the president's chief bodyguard.
And he's probably not
At
like
the
a
time-
Secret Service guy with pink hair.
Sadly, no. Although, the reason he's there is because Zartan is the president at the start of that movie.
Yay!
I love that the Cobra guys technically won in the first movie.
Yes.
They technically win in both movies.
Don't they? I mean, they get away in the last movie, but isn't the president still alive? I mean, they do destroy, like, London.
Yeah, well, no, they also, wait, in the first movie, yeah, the president gets away. They instill a president through swapping, and they probably do some other things while they started Cobra, but they get their asses kicked. But in the second movie, they destroy, was it all nukes or something?
They have a orbital bombardment satellite, where it's just they have like a 100-foot tall titanium rod that they just synchronize the satellite over their target and drop.
Super railgun without doing anything, just bonk.
Alright, I am now done with screwing around with things.
I do love a good dumb railgun bit in the movie. Like, at the end of Eraser, in which Arnold Schwarzenegger dual wields railguns. Same movie in which he has to kill a bunch of escaped zoo alligators. Your luggage.